Sawadee-kap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Tuesday, July 19th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Local government agencies and residents have been asked to prepare for tsunami evacuation drills to be held across the island on Wednesday, July 20th, with all 19 tsunami warning towers sounding the warning in 5 languages. The sirens will sound 2 different warnings. The first warning will be an alert informing people of an inbound tsunami. The second warning will be to instruct people to make their way to the nearest safe evacuation zone. The exercise will simulate a 7.8 magnitude earthquake under the sea, triggering a tsunami. The tsunami that hit Phuket in 2004 was 8.9 magnitude. Officials in all 3 districts had been instructed to ensure that all 200 safe evacuation points across Phuket were ready for the exercise. Karon Municipality has announced that it will conduct its tsunami evacuation drill tomorrow starting at 2 p.m. The evacuation drill will begin at Karon Circle, from where participants will make their way to the tsunami safety zone at Wat Karon or Karon Temple, just over 400 meters inland. Meanwhile, the evacuation drill in Phuket's Talang district is expected to start at 10 a.m. The whole thing is taking place just about 2 weeks after the National Disaster Warning Center detected 23 earthquakes of about 4.7 magnitude off the Nicobar Islands, about 540 kilometers northwest of Phuket, but had no impact on Thailand. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Officials at the Phuket International Airport have launched a campaign to conduct random drug testing on taxi drivers at the key tourism facility in the hopes of having the airport declared a white airport and boost confidence among tourists that they are getting a clean driver. The test took place on Monday, with drivers gathered at the parking lot for international buses at the airport. Under the campaign, Airports of Thailand Phuket staff will conduct random urine tests on drivers at the airport. Drivers who test negative will receive a star sticker marked White Airport. The sticker will also specify the license plate number of the vehicle and the driver's name to deter drivers who had not tested negative from trying to cheat the system. However, it was not clarified exactly which drugs the drivers are tested for or what happens to any drivers who test positive for drug use. Monchai Tanod, general manager of the Phuket International Airport, said passenger throughput at the airport was only about 30% of pre-pandemic levels, but noted that was an improvement. He said, quote, "Since the government canceled the Thailand pass system, the number of tourists has increased by about 40 to 50%. The total is about 20,000 people per day, comprising about 12,000 domestic passengers and 8,000 international passengers per day." According to Phuket Immigration, at the airport, 4,209 international arrivals landed in Phuket on Sunday, July 17. From May 1st to July 17, the most popular nationalities among international visitors were from India, just over 72,000 arrivals, Australia, just over 26,000 arrivals, Singapore with just under 26,000 arrivals, the UK with over 16,000 arrivals, and Malaysia with just over 12,000 arrivals. He went on to say that it's predicted that Phuket will see 70 to 80% of tourists coming in by the end of the year compared to the numbers who arrived in 2019. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Assistance is currently being provided to hotel businesses in Phuket that were forced to close due to illegal construction on public land, according to state news agency NNT. The announcement came from Phuket Vice Governor Pichit Panapong, who was reported to be clarifying the gathering of hotel operators in Patong last week to express their plight as their businesses were closed and their assets were auctioned off. Vice Governor Pichit stated that currently 860 small hotels on the island are permitted to open legally in Phuket, while 994 hotels were found to have violated regulations and must be rectified. He did not clarify exactly how many hotels were actually currently open and receiving guests. Some of the hotels were discovered to be built in prohibited areas, such as national parks, Sopoko agricultural land, or designated zones in ministerial city planning regulations, according to reports, with about 53% of businesses violating building control laws, with violations commonly related to environmental issues. Meanwhile, around 6% of the hotels were found in breach of hotel and city planning regulations, which disqualified them from getting state welfare and loans for their businesses. Only 91 of the 994 small hotels had fixed their problems, according to reports, while the remaining 903 hotels that had not are struggling and are in need of government assistance. According to Vice Governor Prayut, provincial officials have approached the Interior Ministry's Land Department for assistance because some residents had purchased condo units with the intention of converting them into hotels. However, the law requires that the building first be cleared of any condo or housing estate registrations before it can be converted into a hotel. The request must be approved by all members of the housing estate. In an effort to increase hotel rooms and customers, Vice Governor Prayut also mentioned a law revision that would require a minimum of 10 hotel rooms and 30 customers as a requirement for hotel registration. The report by NNT omitted an explanation that under the Hotel Act, all accommodation owners with venues with 5 or more rooms that are rented out at daily rates must be registered as hotels, and the site must comply with the required building regulations for hotels. Definitions that small hotel operators have for years been pleading for the government to revise. Members of the Phuket Boutique Accommodation Consortium, or the BAC, filed another formal request last year, this one pleading for the government to extend an amnesty initiated in 2016 to upgrade their hotels in order to be registered under the Hotels Act. The amnesty expired on August 18 of last year. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. There's still quite a bit of uncertainty over how small coalition parties will vote in the upcoming no-confidence debate in the House of Representatives in Bangkok, but Prime Minister Prayut says he's confident. It's the fourth and last no-confidence vote against the government, as the administration will finish its term in March of next year. Last week, the Setakij Thai Party, with 16 MPs under its wing, pulled out of the coalition last week and vowed to vote against Premier Prayut and 10 other cabinet ministers targeted by the motion. Meanwhile, the so-called Group of 16, made up of MPs from micro-parties and several members of the ruling Palang Pracharat Party, were reportedly divided on whether they would support the Prime Minister. Speaking after the weekly cabinet meeting, Prime Minister Prayut said he was ready to face the music as he had pure intentions. He said that he was confident all cabinet ministers would be able to answer the opposition's questions. Out of the 45 hours allocated to the opposition, 30 will be spent grilling the Prime Minister as head of the government. The Prime Minister is accused of mishandling the situation throughout the pandemic. Pheu Thai Party leader Chonnan Srikeo admitted that while the opposition may not be able to oust the government, he hoped that some MPs would have a change of heart after hearing what the opposition had to say. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.